Okay, what's going on, everybody? We're here, we're live. I want to thank you all for joining me today. If you can see and hear me clearly, please drop a 1 in the live chat, and then we can get today's stream started. And the reason I'm laughing right now is because ministry before industry, you spelled her name wrong in the title. Yes, that's what this is about. Today's show is about how Eric Dyson went completely crazy, even looked like he wanted to put hands on this woman over mispronouncing Kamala Harris's name wrong. We're going to get into that right now, man. I see the ones are coming in early without me having to say too much, so you can see and hear me clearly. So now let's get into the show, man. Please, first and foremost, like always, I'm still going to give you the long-winded intro. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button, because that's the most important thing you can do for me on this channel. What it does is that it helps make sure that those who are subscribed to the channel will indeed get their notifications, and it also helps to push this video through the YouTube algorithm. Secondly, if you're new to the channel, or maybe you've been ghost watching this channel for quite some time now, I see you guys. Ashy knuckles and everything. I see you guys. If you've been ghost watching this channel for quite some time now, please do me a favor and yourself a favor by hitting the subscribe button, as well as the bell notification next to the subscribe button, so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. And lastly, please make sure you share this video out on your social media platforms to your family and friends to inform them on this news and information. And yes, that does help to give me a slight boost in the YouTube algorithm as well. And ministry before industry, I did try to make the correction and change Kamala's name and spell it right before the live stream started, because I don't want to get hit with, like hate speech, because apparently saying Kamala Harris's name wrong is hate speech. We've gone through this before. We've discussed the fact that this is a play that's being ran by the Democrats, which is a very interesting play to run. But this is something that was first announced and started on MSNBC with, I believe her name is Mika Brzezinski. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. I don't want to hate speech. Mika Brzezinski on Morning Joe, when she laid out the DNC's plan to ding you as being someone that's participating in hate when you mispronounce Kamala Harris's name wrong. So let's get into that video very quickly. Let me show you guys this foolishness.
And I've heard from inside Republican circles and right-wing media that the hate campaign against Kamala Harris has begun. You'll notice they purposefully pronounce her name wrong. They say Kamala. They do it all the time. It is on purpose. But the talk is to start that hate campaign and get it going and start it churning.
This is a very interesting move that they've taken on, because the more I thought about it and kind of let it sit on my mind for a little bit, as I was going through the Eric Dyson video where he lost his mind completely on CNN over this, is that you have to understand this isn't for nothing. This is clearly a strategy. They have very smart people that are working, on their team to figure these things out, to get you caught up in gotcha moments, right? And then they run the scripts and they run the plays on you. You have to look at it like this. People have been saying either Kamala Harris or Kamala Harris for 4 years now, at least since 2019, right? When she first began her bid for president in 2019. For 4 years straight, they've allowed people to say her name wrong. Now, after 4 years of saying Kamala or Kamala, which is really tomato, now they've turned the dial in the other direction, and they've stated, haha, if you say Kamala, that's hate speech. And then what that does now, right, psychologically, for all of those who have consistently said Kamala versus Kamala, it's really hard to flip that switch over to say her name the right way. If you've been subscribed to this channel for any length of period of time now, you know about the back and forth with me and Rob, my partner in crime here on YouTube, concerning our good friend Saul, who's a friend of the channel, right? His name is Saul. Rob said his name was Saul. And then Rob convinced me to call him Saul, until Saul corrected me in the super chat and said, nah, man, you had it right. It's Saul. But till this day, and it's been some months now, Rob still calls Saul Saul. You get what I'm saying? So this is just normal human stuff that's going on, that they're capitalizing, and they're taking normal human behavior and turning normal human behavior into hate speech, right? Let's get into this video right now, where Eric Dyson completely lost his mind on CNN, and you can see they're clearly just running a play, and they're all on script with it.
Everybody at this table should be surprised that Donald Trump stood up for 45 minutes, an hour or more, taking questions, giving a speech, because if you're holding your breath for an Oscar nod that he did that, don't hold your breath, because no one's going to believe you. This is what he does. He stands, he gives speeches, he takes the questions, he gives the answers. And to date, more than 3 weeks in, Kamala Harris hasn't given a single interview. She hasn't come on your program. She's not answering questions.
It's
She's not
Kamala,
giving
first
speeches.
of all. It's not Kamala. It's Kamala. And she's not yet the candidate. She's only been in office, only been a candidate for 3.5
She's been
weeks.
vice president for 3.5 years.
Yeah, and Trump went a whole...
Now, this is only about maybe 2 minutes, you know, of like a greater like 9-minute video. She said her name wrong about 2 times before that guy caught on to it and made sure to say, I got to get on script. You said her name wrong. It's not Kamala. It's Kamala. And if you notice, there was a little bit of a delay there because once again, he wasn't following the script, right? You already let her get away with saying the name wrong 3 times. And then there was a delayed reaction on the 3rd time where he made sure to say something, and watch how they're going to ramp it up from here and really attack this woman in a fashion that's crazy, because I could never imagine conservatives attacking a liberal woman or a Democrat woman the way that they're getting ready to. So let's carry on watching this.
Network a couple weeks ago, when Donald Trump came out with his no taxes on tips policy, all of the headlines on mainstream media were derogatory. Kamala Harris comes out with her no taxes. Kamala Harris comes out with her policies on no taxes on tips, which is...
He's a good boy, isn't he? Oh, he's a good DNC little boy. Kamala. Donald
Trump's policy, by the way. All of the headlines on mainstream media were positive and glorious and thoughtful.
I guess y'all are standing up for him because he didn't say any of this today. Well, everything you're saying is nothing he's ever said. Donald Trump is in a very vulnerable position.
Talk about rerun Kamala's.
You had it right. You almost got it.
I will say Kamala's name any way that I want to.
No, but you mispronounced her and you also misjudged her.
I just did, and I'll do it
again.
She said, I will say her name however I want to. I just did, and I'll do it again. What you got to understand, right? I think we can all relate to this as adults. As an adult, whether you're a man or woman, if at all, you're only going to scream down on me but a couple times. And that's if at all. That's if at all. You're only going to shout down on me but a couple times before then I go, you know what? Now I don't care anymore. I'm going to say it how I wanted to say it. And what? And that's what we see happening here, where things start to spiral out of control, because she then puts her foot down and says, listen, man, I'm going to say it however I want to say it, and you're just going to have to deal with it. And Eric Dyson, what I want you to pay attention to next is pay attention to his body language. He is so mad. He is so frustrated. He is so aggravated, being the good DNC boy that he is, staying on script. His body language is going to look like he wants to just put it on her. All right, check this out. Let me rewind that back just a little bit and let's carry on.
You almost got it.
I will say Kamala's name any way that I want to.
No, but you mispronounced her and you also misjudged her.
I just did, and I'll do it again.
Mispronouncing her name.
That's a refusal to acknowledge her humanity.
If I purposely mispronounced your name, that would not be appropriate.
Policies are Joe Biden's policies. She owns it.
You're normalizing that kind of viciousness, man.
33 times.
Mispronouncing someone's name is viciousness now, according to Eric Dyson. This is viciousness, man.
She was the vice president on Joe Biden's bills. She was 33 times the deciding vote on Joe Biden's bills in the Senate.
Let me just say this, because this Congresswoman is a wonderful human being. But when you disrespect Kamala Harris by saying you will call her whatever you want, I know you don't intend it to be that way. That's the history and legacy of white disregard for the humanity of black people.
So now you're calling me racist.
I didn't say. I just said you weren't a racist.
That is complete.
You don't have to intend racism to accomplish it.
You are intending that I am
Your disrespect of Kamala Harris is part and parcel of a tradition of disrespect.
It's offensive,
Congresswoman. Why can't you just?
I'm not calling you a racist. I'm telling you what the practice is racist.
You are. You absolutely are.
The disrespecting. No, what's disgusting is your disrespect of her.
Professor,
this gentleman said, I didn't know her name. He's trying to do it.
You hear even the CNN host is trying to calm him down. She's like, Professor. Let me run it back just a little bit. Professor, please relax. Professor.
Disrespect of Kamala Harris is part and parcel of a tradition of disrespect.
It's offensive,
Congresswoman. Why can't you just?
I'm not calling you a racist. I'm telling you what the practice is racist.
You absolutely are.
So now mispronouncing someone's name is racist. Everything is racist according to these guys. I don't know if you guys know this, but did you know math is racist? Google it. You think I'm joking? Math is racist. Math was created to keep the black man down. I'm just letting you know now, in case you didn't know this. Math was created to keep the black man down. Okay, Google it. Google math is racist. Everything is racist to these guys, and it's not to dismiss actual acts of racism or situations of real discrimination. But as I've said so many times now, when they false flag this type of stuff as being racist, it makes us all look stupid and ridiculous. It makes us all look foolish, especially in the face of real racism and discrimination when you're trying to call it out. If you're trying to call it out, if you want to say something about it, and people look at you as the boy or the DNC shill who cried wolf, because everything is racist, including math, including standardized testing. Standardized testing is racist. I don't know if you knew that or not, but when they created standardized testing, that was to keep the black man down. You know, you got to pass this test. And if you don't pass the test, I guess you just can't move forward in life. It was created just for us, apparently. Standardized testing and mathematics is racist. You don't think I'm joking? Look it up for yourself. Go look it up. Math is racist.
That's the history and legacy of white disregard for the humanity of black people.
So now you're calling me racist.
I didn't say. I just said you weren't a
BS.
racist.
That is complete.
No, you don't
BS.
have to intend racism to accomplish
You are
it.
intending that
your
I'm
disrespect
racist,
of Kamala
and
Harris
that is
part and parcel of a
why
tradition
can't you
of
just-
disrespect.
Why
It's
can't you just,
offensive,
Congresswoman,
and it's,
why can't you
it's
just,
offensive.
why
I'm
can't
not calling you a
disgusting.
racist.
No,
I'm
you
saying
are.
what the
You
practice
are.
is
You
racist.
are. You
Why can't
absolutely
you
are.
just
The
hear
practice
what
is
I'm
racist.
saying?
let me get in here,
No,
Keith.
what's disgusting
That
is
is
your
disgusting.
disrespect of her.
Professor.
This gentleman said,
You know what?
I
You know
didn't know
what's
her name.
disgusting
He's
to
trying to
women
do
is
it.
her disrespect of women. She doesn't know what a woman is. And if 25 years ago,
White
I
women don't
became-
have the ability to tell black women who paid the price of blood to make this country what it is to tell them they're not real women.
25 years.
Who said black women weren't real women? The level at which we've seen black celebrities, these black political pundits, crash out over a biracial Indian woman is unprecedented. I've never seen anything like this before. I've never seen this many people, as it pertains to black political pundits and black celebrities, crash out like this over someone who's a biracial Indian woman. They're not even black for real like that. Biracial Indian woman, and are going crazy, literally going crazy. Now, Eric Dyson is telling this woman that black women paid the cost in blood to be women, and you can't tell black women that they're not women. But nobody ever said that black women weren't women. I ain't trying to tarry. What D.L. Hughley said, man, look, Eric Dyson, I ain't got time to tarry. Okay. Eric Dyson, I can't play with you, man. I ain't got time to tarry. I ain't got time to tarry, Eric Dyson. You got to knock it off. I ain't got time to tarry.
You are. You absolutely are.
Let me get in here,
No,
Keith.
what's disgusting
That
is
is
your
disgusting.
disrespect of her.
Professor.
This gentleman said,
You know what?
I
You know
didn't know
what's
her name.
disgusting
He's
to
trying
women
to do
is
it.
her disrespect of women. She doesn't know what a woman is. And if 25 years ago,
White women don't have the ability to tell black women who paid the price of blood to make this country what it is to tell them they're not real women.
25 years.
I'm gonna let him play. That's so stupid. Eric Dyson is talking about. I didn't know black women weren't real women, but I mean, I guess that's according to Eric Dyson, they're not.
Care for your babies
25
and
years ago,
respected
I
your
became
humanity.
the first woman to graduate from the Citadel, the military college of South Carolina. I
So call
fought
her
my
name
way
right.
through it.
So pronounce her name
blood,
right.
sweat,
Let
and
me
tears.
actually
So pronounce her name
and
right.
Kamala Harris. If
Kamala,
I win,
Kamala. You said
I
this
will
before.
say
Nancy
anything that I
Nancy.
want.
He said, we're not calling you Nancy. That doesn't even make sense. These guys are crashing out and incoherent. Look at his body language, though. Let me zoom in just a little bit when he's saying Kamala. He looks like he wants to put hands and feet on this woman. And shout out to DSB for holding it down. I'm going to get to the super chats at the very end of the stream. Thank you all for showing love today, especially DSB. DSB, I appreciate you showing out and showing love for me because I was hating in Rob's stream earlier. All right, so I appreciate you making me feel better after being jealous all in Rob's stream earlier today. But look at Eric Dyson's body language right now and how he looks like he wants to I know you'd be able to see it better if I didn't have my logo in the way, right? Like, TD, why don't you remove your logo? No, I'll leave it there.
To women is her disrespect of women. She doesn't know what a woman is. And if 25 years ago,
white women don't have the ability to tell black women who paid the price of blood to make this country what it is, to tell them they're not real women.
25 years
They care for your babies.
25 years ago, I became the first woman to graduate from the Citadel, the military college of South Carolina. I fought my way through it.
So pronounce her name right.
Sweat, and tears.
So pronounce her name right.
Kamala Harris. If
Kamala,
I were
Kamala. You said this.
We don't call you Nancy.
It's Kamala. You're doing this on purpose, Congress.
He said, we're not calling her Nancy. We're not calling you Nancy. That doesn't even make sense. Why is everybody drunk when they get on national television? That's the same stuff that D.L. Hughley was doing. We're not calling you Nancy. Are you drunk, or is the Joe Biden kicking in? Everybody's either drunk or the Joe Biden is starting to hit and kick in early. This is crazy. This is crazy. We're not calling you Nancy. What does that even mean? You just said her name right 2 times in a row. Ridiculousness. And also, and I want to keep highlighting this as well, because it comes down to like just the great hypocrisy of the DNC with all of their whining and crying and false flagging racism, false flagging sexism, this, that, and the third. Throughout the time that we've been watching this, could you ever imagine conservative Republican men on Fox News bullying a woman like this on national television for that to slide? You all know what I'm going to say. The wailing and gnashing of teeth would be crazy. The wailing and gnashing of teeth. Roland Martin would be losing his mind on his YouTube channel right now if the roles were reversed. Would be going completely insane. But these guys are bullying her, and it's cool. It's cool. There's no problem here at all whatsoever, as long as it's DNC shills that are doing it. As long as it's DNC shills that are doing it, it's cool. Anybody else, you're misogynistic, you're a sexist, you don't like women, and if she's black, well, don't you know your mama is black? You must not know your mama is black. How could you talk to the black woman like this? You didn't know your mama was black?
And if 25 years ago,
white women don't have the ability to tell black women who paid the price of blood to make this country what it is, to tell them they're not real women.
25
They
years
care
ago,
for your babies
25 years ago, I became
humanity.
the first woman to graduate from the Citadel, the military college of South Carolina. I
So
fought my way
right.
through it.
So pronounce her name
blood,
right.
sweat, and tears.
So pronounce her name right.
Kamala Harris. If
Kamala,
I were
Kamala. You said this.
We don't call you Nancy.
It's Kamala. You're doing this on purpose, Congress.
That's disrespectful.
You can't expect people to
If
respect
a
your
man put
service
on
if
a
you don't
skirt
respect
and walked
hers.
that stage 25 years ago, she
You're
would
a
have
white
said
woman
it. She would have
disrespecting a
taken
black
that
woman. That is
achievement away from
problematic.
women.
That's
Michael Eric Dyson says you're a white woman disrespecting the black woman. That is problematic. But the problem is that Kamala Harris is a biracial Indian woman. So she's not actually doing that. First and foremost, she's not doing that. But also, it's not disrespect when you're mispronouncing someone's name wrong after you've been allowed to say it wrong for 4 to close to 5 years straight. And now all of a sudden you want to play games and flip the switch and say, oh, because you're saying the person's name wrong, now you're engaging in hate speech. That's completely ridiculous and it's completely foolish. But these are the games that are played by the DNC. And look at his face. Michael Eric Dyson is so disgusted. He's disgusted, but I'm disgusted with him. This guy is a complete clown. He's a joke. He's not as smart and intelligent as he would all like you all to believe. He just says a whole lot of nothing. He's the rapping intellectual professor who talks and uses a whole lot of big words and he rhymes them all together because I guess he at some point in time wanted to be a rapper. So instead of just articulating himself like a normal person, he does everything in rhyme form. You know what I mean? When you have a moment, it was really embarrassing. It was really embarrassing. Go check out the debate. Him and Jordan Peterson did a debate. Jordan Peterson embarrassed Michael Eric Dyson. And I was embarrassed. I had secondhand embarrassment watching it. I was like, come on, bro. You know, like you going out sad looking crazy. You look crazy right now. I forget what the debate was about, but look it up if you get a chance to. If you just want to see Michael Eric Dyson look goofy, like how he's looking right here. Jordan Peterson embarrassed this guy. He's not as smart as you think he is at all. He just talks silly and talks goofy, like a lot of other people on the internet. People like Brother Polite and stuff like that use a whole lot of big words, rhyming, spitting, and skitting, but not saying anything. These guys are jokes. They're clowns. And in this case, concerning Michael Eric Dyson, he's a DNC shill. He's following the script, doing what he's supposed to do. I'm going to give you guys some homework as we exit out today. This was a pretty quick stream, 20 minutes. Okay. But I'm going to give you guys some homework to do. I don't have the video queued up. I really wish I did. But once this stream is over, the YouTube channel name is Fora TV. It's called Fora TV. And the title of the video is Gay the New Black? In that video, you're going to see Michael Eric Dyson completely disrespect the legacy of the civil rights movement, completely disrespect Martin Luther King, all in the name of pushing the LGTV agenda. Go watch that if you haven't already. Like I said, it's on 4TV is the YouTube channel. I believe the name of the video, if I remember correctly, is Gay the New Black? And listen to what Michael Eric Dyson had to say. This man is party first all the way. Party first all the way. And with all that being said, that does it for today's stream. I want to thank you all for showing up today. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. That's extremely important. Please smash that like button. And I just want to give my shout outs to those of you who contributed to today's stream because this show and this channel doesn't exist without everybody's support. So, man, shout out to Calvin. I'm sorry. Oh, the hate speech. Hate speech. You got to be careful out here these days, man. Okay. Shout out to Calvin MCA who said, I appreciate your content. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Shout out to DSB came through 1,000,001 times, and you're going to see why in a minute, you know, because I'm a jealous hater. He showed love because I'm a jealous hater. Shout out to DSB for contributing the super sticker. Shout out to DSB for coming back again. He said, bring the truth on out, TD, my warrior brother. We're going to come back to DSB again. You're going to see why he's showing so much love today. Shout out to my man, Untried Genius, for coming through like he always does. Dyson reaching further than Mr. Fantastic. He's reaching super hard. He was reaching super hard. Shout out to Rachel Cristofonte. Oh, Lord, that's that hate speech right there. I know I didn't say your last name right, but Rachel said, love this channel. No tax on tips. Oh, YouTube definitely taxing these tips. YouTube is taxing these tips. Trust me when I tell you. These tips that you guys give me, YouTube is definitely taxing. And I don't even think that Trump will be able to help me with that if he gets back in the office. DSB, here's why DSB has showed so much love on today's show, because he even gifted 20 channel memberships. This is why. I'm a jealous hater, and DSB, you know, he's helping me out with that, because I was crying in Rob, Blacklight Revelation stream earlier today. He said, I saw you in Rob's chat being jealous earlier, TD. No worries, brother. You know I got you too, family. Keep up the amazing work. I was being a big jealous hater earlier in Rob's stream. DSB gifted 20 memberships. I appreciate that. Shout out to Jay the Informant coming through. Koala Harris. There goes that hate speech again. Come on, you got to chill with that hate speech, bro. Her name is Kamala Harris, not Koala Harris. DSB ran it back with 5 more channel memberships and then gifted another 10 more channel memberships. And then Jay the Informant ran it back. He said, hold on, stop the show, DSB. Dang. We know that TD was hating earlier, but you showing a little bit too much love. DSB ran it back again. He says, showing off some of the toys in the profile picture too. Oh, I did notice that you changed the. All right, DSB not playing. You see the toys in the profile picture? Okay, DSB, I see you. I see you. Untried G just came through again with another one. He said, DSB putting your kids through college. He most definitely put my kid. I might be able to get my son his new bike now. I've got his bike fixed earlier. I might be able to get him a new bike now because of DSB. I appreciate you, DSB. Shout out the Lion and the Ox who said, Jay Peterson asked Dyson if I'm a racist. What do I do to not be a racist? Dyson's response was, go to a black church. Full stop. Clown is too nice of a word. Excuse me. Full stop. Clown is too nice of a word for him. He has no answers because he makes money from selling fear. I'm going to read that one more time. Jordan Peterson, the debate that I was referencing earlier, asked Dyson, if I'm a racist, what do I do to not be a racist? Dyson's response was, go to a black church. Full stop. Clown is too nice of a word for him. He has no answers because he makes money from selling fear. You are 100% correct. Shout out to, I'm definitely not saying your name right. Ondurage, the hate speech is real right now. I'm sorry, Mr. Wesley. Appreciate the content. Excellent work. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Christopher, Rachel, Cristofanti again. Everyone hit the like button. I appreciate it. And DSB ran it back one last time. Ex-military family also not really hurting for nothing. I heard that. DSB flexed on him. He said, I just letting you know, ex-military. I got my two on me, and this little money I'm throwing you ain't nothing, TD. This ain't no, say nothing. I'm not hurting for nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hurting. I'm cool. I'm cool. I know you struggling in LA. That's why you was hating on Rob earlier. Oh man, the last buzzer beater before we get out of here. GSB said, I'm also not voting for no party until someone cut the checks for my FBA brothers and sisters. I heard that, man. I appreciate you all for joining me today. Please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Share this video out on your social media platforms. And that does it for this week, at least as far as live streams are concerned. I'll see you guys next week. Peace. Have a great evening and a safe one. And thank you all for contributing and showing love to today's stream. I'll holler at you guys later, man. Rachel, I got you. Buzzer beater. I know it's too early, but if you were to honestly say who's going to win without being biased, who would it be? It honestly, outside of the fact that I want Trump to win, obviously, because I told you guys a million times I'm voting for him, I just don't understand how. I don't see it like a logical path to victory. I cannot wrap my mind around Kamala Harris winning the election. I just can't. And it's not because I'm biased or I want Trump to win and whatever. You're coming off of Biden literally wrecking the economy and then creating this insane migrant crisis, which was deliberate. How do you look at that and say, yeah, I want his vice president? All other things aside from, oh, is she black or Indian? All that other stuff aside, I don't understand how you can see what they've done as a team, as a duo, and then say, yeah, I want her to take his place, especially in comparison to what Trump did while he was in office. They completely destroyed all of that. Inflation and cost of living wasn't what it was now, wasn't what it is now. The migrant crisis wasn't what it is now. People were making more money then. Their money stretched farther then. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know. In a sane, logical world, Trump should win. I don't see how he doesn't win, but we all know what it's like. That 2020 magic is something else. One guy is winning pretty handedly. You go to bed, wake up the next morning, and the other guy wins by landslide. So watch out for that 2020 magic, man. I'm not going to sleep this election. I'm staying up all night so they don't get me again like they got me last election. I'll catch you guys later, man. Peace and have a great evening.